Sir, according to our intelligence, there's been a significant increase in the enemy's logistic activities in the Iron Triangle and Kaesong up north. Meanwhile, our reconnaissance planes have discovered signs of the Chinese Communist Army moving towards the central and east lines. We believe a new attack may be in the planning, but we haven't been able to confirm the direction and timing of the next attack.
I estimate that they will send 5 Army Corps to start new attacks along the west and central lines. If this were to happen, Seoul will face a new crisis.
Do you think the Chinese Communist Army will come for Seoul?
Yes. They're aiming for the lower regions of the Han River. And they may also send 3 Army Corps and North Korean troops to assist with the attack. 5 other corps may launch offensives along the east line for maybe Chuncheong to Hongcheong.
But we can't be sure of the target or the time of the attacks. What if the Chinese Communist Army isn't aiming for Seoul at all?
First of all, we should concentrate on defending Seoul and sending all of our troops to defend the central and west lines. And then keep bombing them from behind, non-stop.
皮总，你先看者。哦，这是咱初步的估算。发动第2阶段的攻势，5日以来汽车损失的总数据。
这是怎话？损失翻了1倍，怎唔较早倍啦？
汽车兵啊，一般拢是单兵作战，无电台联系袂着啊，所以伊即阵行到啥物所在啊？是毋是好炸毁啊？咱即阵无好确定。不过我估计，这最后的损失比一个更较悬啊！
见到鬼啊！
皮总，你讲这鬼啊，拢秘伫即地啦。你看卖，这是咱的防空部队统计各个防空哨统计出来的数据。即阵敌人每日投入战斗飞机大超过1000架次。
不过，据警方报道，美军轰炸咱前方阵队的密度，甲已经差不多啊。
就是讲美军新增加的大量飞机，全拢引到咱的后方，来炸咱的交通线。
片总，即阵前方部队啊，手内后勤补给只到2-3日的量啊。
若是咱想要拍，也可以勉强向前去推进50公里。搁要拍？
袂用搁向前推的啦。一个李奇微啊，一方面武艺造成战术，牵制咱地向南行；另一方面，佮派大量的飞机来炸咱后方的交通线，断咱的补给，这招是有够毒的。
若是美军来一反扑，咱的后勤补给就会出现大问题啊！
应该见好就收啦。按照顶摆战役的这个经验，本岛防务和部队有事的向后撤，撤到300线以北，继续休整。电话，你感觉呢？
我同意。要求各兵团提出战斗的时阵，要密切注意敌人主力的方向，采取节节阻击的方式，要注意相互保护。
是。
General, on May 18th, the enemy cut off the retreat route of 4 South-South divisions on the east line, causing a casualty of over 15,000 South Korean soldiers.
Men, here are my orders. The U.S. 8th Army Corps is to move eastwards towards Hongqiang and Qingliang to stop the Chinese Communist Army's possible westward attacks and to safeguard the right side of our flank. The 3rd Reserve Division is to move immediately eastwards to back up and bridge up any possible gaps, while the South Korean 8th Reserve Division is to move up to the north to back up the east wind, while the U.S. 1st Army Corps will start our attacks in the west, producing pressure in the east. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It's only day 5 and the Chinese Communist Army has stopped attacking again?
Not only have they stopped attacking, but they've begun to give their first line of defense and retreat. I thought it might have been a trap, so I didn't order to chase them down.
They may still have some supplies. They're retreating now because they recognize that their logistics line is nearly cut off. Keep fighting and they'll run out of supplies. And without supplies, they don't have anywhere to go.
You mean to tell me, Matthew, that they really are pulling back and not luring us in?
They will not retreat all the way back. The closer they get to the supplies, the stronger they will be. They're like a compressed spring, waiting to bounce back.
We'll just have to press that spring right bound to its bottom.
I know, but somehow their commander can always make the right choice at the critical moment.
My orders were to start a full-out counterattack.
We should learn. Our lesson from the last campaign, we don't have the advantage when they take to moving and echelon defense. If we use the same strategy, we'll be stuck in a tug of war.
Did I see you have some new tactics, Matthew?
I've learned. From our enemy, we always get cut to pieces by their large-scale penetrations. We have better mobility. We should cut through their defense lines.
But during the last battle, your orders were to stay together as a group, and none of us were to rush in advance.
We have to be flexible about it. The Chinese Communist Army has sent their entire force of 700,000 to the front line this time. If we cut off their supplies, we can defeat them without firing a single shot. Send your tanks and mechanized units to look for any gaps in the enemy's lines. Seize all the bridges and all the crossing points you can, then charge north and attack the enemy's flanks at the rear. This is what I think will work. This is our best opportunity since the war began.
But doing it this way, Matthew, if you don't mind me saying, some of our soldiers could be left behind and isolated. It's very risky.
There is nothing to be afraid of. I'm sure that once we take this city, we will win this war.
Chowan!
Yes, Chorwan is the connecting point of the enemy's main transport routes where all their supplies are stored, and if we take Chorwan, then we'll be able to wipe out the entire force of the Chinese Communist Army south of the 38th parallel. And then, game over.
This will bring a far better result than the surprise attacks. Front lines myself. Matthew, you're a genius.
No. MacArthur is the genius. I'm just a veteran who loves to learn. Go, James. Take Choron. This is your opportunity to make history. Don't waste it.
Leave it to me. Just give me the ammunition.
报告高呀，赶紧报告公报。
是。